All right, so boom, let me set the scene real quick. First of all, this is my first YouTube video ever. So if you're here, I appreciate you for tuning in. We're gonna go back to somewhere in the middle of May. I just had passed 11 Apex evaluations. I'm hyped, I'm locked in. I'm thinking this is about to be a massive step forward in my trading journey. And then boom, I get hit with an email. You are no longer eligible to purchase new evaluations at this time. I'm thinking that's it. There goes all the progress. There's no way I'm gonna get paid now. That's when I started thinking it's probably time for me to get a little bit aggressive on these accounts because probably no way I'm gonna actually get paid out. But here's the twist. That month actually turned out to be my biggest trading month ever. Over $40,000 in payouts from Apex alone. Let me rewind and break it all down for you, especially for my new traders out there, because if there's one thing in this game, it's not what Instagram makes it out to be. A lot of these gurus be capping, and it's a long, hard fought journey, and it's not gonna be easy. This isn't a get rich quick scheme. You're gonna wanna quit probably about 150 times before you ever see success. But there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and that tunnel is real, and it's worth every ounce of struggle you could think of. So I started trading prop firms at the end of 2023. I didn't see my first payout for almost 7 months. Even though I wasn't getting paid for all that time that I was putting in, bleeding money into the prop firm owners' pockets, I realized I was paying my tuition. That tuition would eventually pay itself back 10 times over. It was an expensive tuition, but it actually paid off for me. If you stick to it, things do get better. If we fast forward to this year, about April and May of 2025, these weren't my worst months, but they were basically break even. It was frustrating, especially after putting in so much work, so much time, blood, sweat, and tears. But there was one thing I did that actually started to make some changes in my trading journey. The main thing was journaling every single trade, reviewing what I did wrong, tracking my emotions, my setups, my exits, how I was feeling the day of, anxiety, if I had a high level, low level. And that's pretty much when the needle finally started to move in my direction. It really came down to just staying focused and starting to understand that this was not just a hobby. And if you want to make some real money, you got to take this serious. We fast forward to June. I get that evaluation ban from Apex right after getting funded on 11 accounts. No warning, no context, just you're not allowed to purchase more evaluations. At that point, I'm panicking because I just paid to activate all these accounts. Probably not going to get paid on these accounts because there was a lot of, information on Twitter that nobody was getting paid. However, I continued to trade those accounts and started submitting payout requests. On June 2nd, $7,500 between 11 accounts, approved and paid. June 13th, it was $1,500 for 2 accounts. Those were approved as well. Then on June 17th, my biggest payout to date, $18,000, and that was approved and deposited into my account. July 2nd, another $18,000 approved. I haven't received the money yet in my bank account, but I get the email that it was sent out. So not only did I get paid after the ban, I ended up having my best month ever. But with all good things, there's some negatives that come with it as well. Let me keep it real with y'all. I had 11 funded accounts, and I still managed to blow 2 of them after I received 2 payouts on each account. I got greedy. The day I actually blew these accounts, I was up $300 on both accounts. I could have walked away, but we always say, just one more trade. That right there was the biggest mistake I made that day. I overtraded, revenge traded, ego traded, and I let being a sore loser cloud my judgment. I had to be right. I couldn't just accept the loss. With that mindset, it's pretty much a one-way ticket to a blown account. But now I journal every trade, I plan it, I execute it, I review it. There's no more just entering trades just to feel productive. For the first time in years, I feel like I'm running my trading like a business. That's one thing that I take pride in today. Let me show you what that looks like in real time. We're going to jump into my journaling that I do every day. This is on Tradezella. All right, now let's jump into the numbers and the data. As of July 9th, I'm sitting at $7,974 of net P&L. My trade win percentage is 44%. My profit factor is 1.80. That means I'm not winning most of my trades, but when I do win, I win much bigger than I lose. And that's pretty much trading psychology 101. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be disciplined and consistent, and that'll get you to where you want to be. If you look to the right, my average winning trade is $664, while my average loser is $292. If you look to the left here, my Tradezella score is 74.6. And that's just measuring everything from consistency and recovery to how I handle drawdowns. What that tells you is that trading isn't really about being right. It's about managing your risk when you're wrong and living to fight another day. If you want to look here at the equity curve, it's been on an upward trajectory. Of course, there were days where I ate some losses, and there were a couple of days where there were some pretty big ones. June 9th, June 10th. But I stuck to my system, came back stronger, and kept on moving. And one thing I could tell you is consistency is everything. You notice too that the equity curve is not a straight line, but it is moving up. And that's the only direction that really matters. Now we can look down here at the bottom and get a better idea of my monthly calendar. In May, we had a bunch of small winners. And that last day there was just a flip day. In June, I caught a few heavy red days early on, but by the middle of the month, I caught a rhythm. Big green days follow momentum, and we just kept it rolling from there. If we fast forward to July, it's starting out pretty slow. Had a red day today, but you're never out of the game as long as you can bounce back the next day. As far as trading psychology, don't chase every setup. Don't expect every day to be a home run. There's going to be a lot of days where you might just be able to get a base hit for $100. Now let me give you a little background of me trading and how this journey all began. I started trading back in 2020, threw a couple of dollars into the stock market with no strategy at all, just buying blue chip stocks and trying to figure out what was my footing and where I was going to go. I had a friend that put me on the Forex. I started paper trading for probably about a week and a half, and then I thought I was Warren Buffett. I opened up a live account, no stop loss, just vibes. I blew that account, and probably about 2 or 3 more trying options and everything in between. I did end up buying some Bitcoin during the pandemic. The price was around $3,400 to $3,700. I made a few dollars on it, and that was probably the worst thing that could happen because it gave me false confidence, thinking that I'm gonna get rich and never looking back. I still wasn't a trader. I had that gambling mindset. And if you're just starting out, this is what you need to hear, because a lot of people is not gonna tell you the truth. And the truth is, you're gonna wanna quit a lot. It's gonna feel like you're getting nowhere. Every day you wake up, you're just making no money at all. Actually, you're losing money. And that doesn't really happen to the normal person that works 9 to 5. You go to work, you get paid. It's not like that in trading. The wins are not gonna come easy, but one thing I could tell you is that if you stick with it, if you track your progress, if you show up, even when you don't want to, because after taking some losses, there's gonna be times where you don't wanna show up the next day. The reward, it's not just the money. The real reward is the freedom that trading is gonna give you. And to be honest with you, that's what we all chasing. All right, y'all. That's how I went from almost losing it all to stacking over 40K in payouts and finally finding my flow. Shout out to Apex for the structure and the rules that made me grow. Shout out to every trader grinding through the pain. It's gonna be a lot of pain you're gonna have to deal with. Do me a favor and like the video if this hits home. Subscribe if you on the journey too. Turn on your notifications so you never miss a breakdown, an update, or a payout post. Drop a comment below and let me know what was the hardest trading lesson you had to learn, because there's a lot of them that I did. So just give me your input down there in the comment section. If you're wondering what to expect from this channel, I'll pretty much give you the game plan. This channel is pretty much gonna cover my full prop firm journey, all the different prop firms that I've traded with in the past, the ones that I'm currently trading with. You're gonna get a real-time P&L update, what I'm making and how everything is going, my trade breakdowns. And the most important thing to me is the psychology. And there's a lot of hard truths about trading that you're gonna learn about yourself. We're also gonna deep dive into the prop firm news and updates, break down from the best deals, and explain what to expect from each firm. Every prop firm has different rules, and part of being successful is knowing which one fits your trading style. I'll see you in the next one. Keep pushing, keep evolving.